So what is going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another New World video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the patch update, which is hopefully bringing back Outpost Rush as well as a ton of other fixes. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Always stream live on Twitch 5 times a week, and otherwise let's get straight into this video. So as we speak, the New World servers are down and they are putting a number of fixes in place. The general feeling from this patch is that these are fixes that are needed. However, there is still a long way to go before we get ourselves in a good space. So let's talk about the general fixes first. So Outpost Rush and server transfer plans are rolling out again. So server transfers will be enabled at 2 PM Pacific time when the downtime has finished. This will mean that you'll be able to use your token and move again appropriately. Then Outpost Rush is going to be launched in South America at 2 AM Pacific time. And then if there are no problems with South America, they are then going to bring the big US servers online as well as Central Europe. The goal here is to adhere to the schedule above, but it may need to adjust the timing depending on any lit issues here. I really hope that this comes live and it works. This is critical for this game to survive and make sure that players are still happy, particularly those that have released and got to end game. Then there are some interesting general changes. Now, they've removed Everfall as the starting beach to funnel new players through the other 3 locations to increase the probability of new players and friends being able to start together. I really like this change, particularly as our home base is in Windswood on my server, so that will mean more people going through Windswood and therefore more taxes for us. They've slightly improved performance within wars. I would love to have some specifics about that because I think this is really important and is again one of the key things that they need to get right in order for the game to survive. They have slightly improved performance with the live staff and changes to the passive abilities Mending Touch and Blissful Touch. I'm intrigued to see what this is. I would really have liked to have seen this, some specifics on it, but I did use Blissful Touch on my solo build, so I'm intrigued to see how that is for the healer now. They've made some changes to war declaration, some little fixes there, and finally they have increased the faction token cap by 50%. So maximum, instead of having 50,000, you're now going to have 75,000. That kind of makes sense because, you know, some of these were 30,000 a time when you get to level 60. So you ended up kind of running against the faction cap all the time. So that's really nice as well. Then there are a ton of actual general bugs fixes about crashes, about people losing their houses. One of the big things in here though is that they fixed the Merc Guard corrupted portal events. So if you didn't know, they were spawning too quickly and therefore you could chain chests all the time over and over again, and therefore you were at a significant advantage when doing gear score. So they've slowed that down and they've slowed the rewards down a little bit. They were only actually on a few hours previously, so this makes sense. Another little bit is Star Metal and Orichalcum will now award you the proper amounts of Star Metal and Orichalcum. Before, the large ones were giving you a small amount and the small ones were giving a large amount. There is nothing on here about the faction armor and the broken perks that are on there now. If you didn't know, instead of just reducing critical damage, it actually reduces all damage, and the same for Onyx as well, those Onyx gems. So if you didn't know that, you want to be putting them in right now, particularly if you're doing any PvP. And then finally they have some speculative fixes about the war exploits, fixed several known issues about players being invulnerable, and has speculatively fixed an issue where players would get stuck after losing Outpost Rush. I think this is the key fix as to why we're seeing Outpost Rush return. Guys, that's it for today's video. Clip it, ship it, and I'll see you on the next one.